It's Carlin from earnmoneyblogging.net, and I want to talk to you today about a blog post that I wrote this week about how to become rich. And I know that's a big question everybody has in their mind, like how can they become rich? So if you didn't grow up with a silver spoon in your mouth and you didn't inherit a lot of money, or you didn't get a stellar job straight out of college, you're probably wondering, how am I going to become rich? How am I going to pay for everything I want to do? How am I going to have a nice car, a nice house, a nice boat? How am I going to pay for my kids to go to college? How am I going to go on vacation a couple of times a year? How am I going to eat wherever I want to? How am I going to buy the clothes I want to? And just all the normal questions that people have when they think about pretty much what they want to do in life and where they want to go. So I came up with a couple of things. I was looking at Evan Carmichael's YouTube, and he has a lot of great videos on how to be successful, the top 10 things that like Warren Buffett does, or the other people that are famous in the world, Maria Forleo and different people. And it made me think about like the top 10 things that people do to become rich. So I read through some of the top articles, and I was just thinking about some of the things that I've done in my life that have given me the opportunity to put some money aside and make me feel like I'm a rich person. So I'm going to start off with number 10. So one of the top 10 things that you should do every day, the top 10 things that people who are rich do, is they have a dedicated morning ritual. So they get up, they know exactly what they're going to do. They don't lay around in bed, look at their phone, flip on the TV news, do stupid stuff like waste time reading the paper, unless the paper is like the stock market or something like that. But they get up and they have a morning ritual. They work out, they set goals for the day, they start straight ahead on their tasks that are putting themselves in a position to be successful. So for you, what are you doing in the morning that is going to put you in a position to be successful? Is there something that you need to start working on straight away that you can accomplish that will help you get yourself further down the path? Or are you just getting up and flipping through your phone, making some coffee, laying around watching TV, and then grumpy because you have to go to work? So think about it. I mean, if that's the way your attitude is, if you're grumpy that you have to go to work, you're grumpy that you have to put your time in somewhere, you're probably not on a path to become a rich person. So maybe you need to change your mindset in the morning and start thinking about things that are more positive, that are more impactful in your life, and then change your mindset and have some morning goals. Every morning you should get up. Number 9 is basically get up, set your goals for the day, and review them consistently, and see that you're on path for the goals or not. So if you're not on path for accomplishing your goals during the day, if you have your goals ahead, right there with you, then you can always take a look at them and make sure that you're getting the things done that are going to put you on a path to be successful. Number 8 is take risks. Now, this is something I've done in my life, and I feel very comfortable taking risks. I've taken some risks in some jobs where I was working in a position that would have been a comfortable position, but something opened up in another department that I wasn't exactly qualified for, but I had been working really hard and done a great job in a complementary position to this new department. So then when I applied for a job in that department, it was like a no-brainer for them to hire me. So I took a risk. I went outside of my comfort zone. I went from graphic design into product development. So I started designing belts and bags and men's accessories. And that was a completely new thing for me. I didn't study fashion in college. I didn't even study graphic design in college. I just decided that I was going to do it. And I did it, and it gave me an opportunity to actually travel around the world. I went to India. I've been to China. I've been to Hong Kong. I've been to Vietnam. All because I decided to take a risk with my job and go outside my field where I had been working for the past few years prior to that. And that was a lot of fun. And it also, by changing divisions within that company, it bumped up my salary and actually took me from probably marginal salary up to a 6-figure salary within less than 10 years. So there you have it. That was pretty cool. So you got to do that. Sometimes you got to take a risk, step outside your comfort zone. I will say that when I did step outside my comfort zone for that job, I felt like I was walking into a dark room with like all the windows shut and the lights off, and I felt completely clueless. I had no idea And it took me 3 months before I finally, first got my bearings, and that was okay. And they weren't expecting me to jump in and do something right away, but it was just an uncomfortable situation, and I just had to work through it, and it made me a better person and made me definitely more successful in the long run. So number 7 is invest in yourself. So when you invest in yourself, you could take classes that will make you more successful in your field. They give you a competitive advantage over the people that are in the company with you. You could take real estate classes. You could get certified to be an accountant. You could do different, you have to think, what is investing in yourself really? It's something that will make you more successful in the long run. So if you have a landscaping business, maybe there's some way you can get certified in landscape design that gives you a competitive edge over somebody who just has some lawnmowers and a couple of guys working with him, and he's blowing the leaves off the yards and trimming some trees and mowing the lawns. Maybe there's something you could do that would give you an edge to be like a landscape designer. Or if you have, let's say, a house cleaning business, maybe there's like a way that you could become certified that you also get another competitive advantage over the people in the field. So you're not an uncertified, uninsured person, but you do something that is an investment in yourself to make your career and your company stronger. And you can also invest in yourself by just studying self-development, things like that. That's another way you can invest in yourself. Another thing you can do to be successful, sorry, I don't have these all memorized off the top of my head, but is improve. If you have a company, how can you improve your company and get it up to a position where you can sell it and make it something that is very desirable for somebody else? So rich people, like Warren Buffett said, basically, if you have a company or you have an asset, improve it, get it, sell it, and then you have money, you're liquid with that, and then you can reinvest that into something else that will even put you further down the road towards being successful. Number 5 is invest in the stock market. So everybody knows that stock market goes up, goes down, but the historical path for the stock market is up. It trends up, it goes up, and it may have, like 2008 had some setbacks till about 2010, and then started turning up around 2011, 12, 13, 14, and it's just been skyrocketing again. But the history of the stock market is this. It may go and you may see short-term losses, but you always have long-term gains. So invest in the stock market. If you want to be rich and successful, consistently invest in the stock market. And the other thing is reinvest your profits. So instead of, if you invest in the stock market and you have a big win, don't take the money out and spend it. Take the money and reinvest what your profits were. Reinvest your dividends, repurchase stock consistently, and you will see long-term gains. Number 4 is live below your means. So one thing I've seen a lot of really wealthy people do is not look like they're wealthy, not dress like they're wealthy, not drive a car like they're wealthy. They don't always live in the biggest, baddest house. They don't always go to the most expensive restaurants. A lot of times the most wealthy people are the ones that are eating the Subway sandwiches. They're getting the dollar slice of pizza. They're drinking, not the Coca-Cola, but they're drinking off-brand drinks and stuff like that. They don't go and spend a lot of money on clothes. They buy their crap on eBay, where they can get it on a bargain. They go thrift shopping. It's crazy, but a lot of times the richest people in the world are not the ones who look like the richest people in the world. And the ones who often are not the richest people in the world are the ones who look like the richest people in the world. So live below your means. Don't ever max out your income. Always pay yourself first. Give yourself 10, 20% of your income into your savings. Invest it in the stock market. Pay yourself first. Live well within your means. And wherever you can, live below your means. And save. Live on a budget. Don't try to be going and blowing all your cash on everything all the time. Okay. And number 3, I said earlier it was related to number 5, is reinvest your profits. Always reinvest your profits. And number 2, be willing to be different. Don't do what your parents tell you to do. Don't do what everybody in school tells you to do. If you have an idea, we live in the day and age where you can do whatever the hell you want to do. Go do what you want to do. Be who you want to be. Follow your passion. Just be different. Follow If you have an idea for a business, go pursue it and find ways to make it happen. Don't be like everybody else. Don't go get a job from 9 to 5. Don't be boring. Don't be lame. Just be different and follow your own heart. And the number one way to be rich is to own your own business. So it's obvious that people who own their own business and manage their money well, owning their own business, and market themselves well, are always capable of making a very successful living. People always say, be a doctor, be a lawyer, be a dentist, and of course those are great ways to be rich, definitely 100%. But find a way to own your own business, whatever you can do outside of the typical, 12 years of college kind of stuff that people do to be successful. Then go do that. Be your own boss. Warren Buffett recommends being your own boss. He is his own boss. You look at all the successful, famous people out there. They are their own boss. They're striving to not work for somebody else. They're striving to do their own thing. And that goes along with number 2, which is be different. Not everybody wants to do their own thing and be their own boss, but the people who do and really put their heart into it, they are generally very successful and very, in the long run, rich. So those are my top 10 rules to being rich, to being wealthy, to gaining wealth, and to finding a way to find the life of your dreams. So anyway, that's it today from earnmoneyblogging.net. Thanks for listening. Goodbye. Oh, and click subscribe and down below. Subscribe. It would be awesome if I could get some subscribers. It's a new channel for me. It's my first time to do YouTube stuff, so I would love if you would subscribe. All right, thanks. Bye.